እንዴት ናችሁ የተከበራችሁ የቻናል ቤተሰቦች? ከዚህ በፊት ለኢንጂነሪንግ ተማሪዎች ለዋናነት ለሜካኒካል ምህንድስና ተማሪዎች የተለያዩ ቪዲዮዎችን ስፔሻሊ ለማውጫ ፈተና እንደ ሪፈረንስ የምትጠቀሙባቸው ቪዲዮዎችን አፕሎድ በማድረግ የተለያየ ፊድባክ አግኝቻለሁ። ከዛም በአብዛኞቹ ፊድባክ መሰረት አሁን ደግሞ በኢንጂነሪንግ ተርሞዳይናሚክስ ኤግዚት ኤግዛም ጥያቄዎች ላይ መሰረት በማድረግ የተወሰኑ ጥያቄዎችን በዛሬ ቪዲዮ ሰርቼላችኋለሁ። So let us go for the questions. The first question says that what is the thermodynamics? What's thermodynamics? So in this question asks the definition of thermodynamics. So from the beginning we have to know the definition of thermodynamics before starting any question regarding engineering thermodynamics. So A, it's the study of the relationship between heat and other forms of energy. B, it's the study of the conversion of chemical energy to other forms of energy. C, it's the study of the relationship between mechanical energy to other forms of energy. D, it's the study of the conversion of mechanical energy to other forms of energy. So from these options, which one best explains the term thermodynamics? So let us discuss it, the answer. So here, as we know from thermodynamics concept, the term thermodynamics is defined as it deals with the concept of heat. It deals with the concept of heat and temperature and the interconversion of heat and other forms of energy. So here it is explained as it's the concept of heat and temperature, or it deals with the concept of heat and temperature and the interconversion of heat and other form of energy. So in this we have four, or when stating this, we have four laws of thermodynamics which governs the behavior of these quantities. These quantities are heat, temperature, and the relation or the interconversion of heat and other form of energies. So when we are studying this, or when the term thermodynamics studies this, it uses four laws which governs the behavior of these concepts or quantities and which provide the quantitative descriptions for this definition. So from this, the given option, the correct answer which describes the term thermodynamics is the study of relationship between heat and other forms of energy. Heat and other forms of energy. All the others are between that. So here the correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. So when we explain this, it's the branch of physical science in concern with the relationship between heat and other form of energy like mechanical energy, electrical energy, and chemical energy. So this is the best definition for the term thermodynamics. Okay. Which of the following is branch of thermodynamics? The A, equilibrium thermodynamics. B, classical thermodynamics. C, chemical thermodynamics. D, all of them mentioned. So from this, also we have to know the classification of thermodynamics. Directly we have to go to classification of direction. What are the classification of thermodynamics? How we can classify the concept of thermodynamics. So let's describe it. Let's explain it. So here we have different branches of thermodynamics, or different classifications of thermodynamics. The term thermodynamics is classified into the following 4 basic categories. The first one is classical thermodynamics. The next one is statistical thermodynamics. The third one is chemical thermodynamics, and the fourth one is equilibrium thermodynamics. So these 4 are basic categories or broad categories of the subject thermodynamics. So when we study the relationship between heat and other forms of energy, we use this concept's classification of thermodynamics, and basically they are grouped under 4 broad categories. So from the question, which one of the following is branch of thermodynamics? A, equilibrium thermodynamics, B, classical thermodynamics, C, chemical thermodynamics, D, all of the above. So from this explanation, our question says that which one of the following is branch of thermodynamics? So the correct answer for this is all are branch of thermodynamics. So it is all are the branch of thermodynamics. So the question says, which of the following is thermodynamics law? A, Zero's law of thermodynamics. B, Faraday's law of thermodynamics. C, ideal gas law of thermodynamics. D, Boyle's law of thermodynamics. So to answer this question, we have to see this explanation. So the law of thermodynamics, as I have mentioned on the previous video part, to when thermodynamics study the heat transfer of heat from one form to another form, it uses 4 basic laws. So this session asks that laws. So the first law of thermodynamics is, we have first law of thermodynamics. Here we have first law of thermodynamics, we have second law of thermodynamics, we have third law of thermodynamics, and we have zeroth law of thermodynamics. So under first law of thermodynamics, it states, or it says, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can only be transferred from one form to another form. So under this thermodynamics law, it states the term, or it states regarding the transfer of energy. So energy can be created. Energy can't be created, can't be destroyed. We cannot create energy, and we cannot destroy also energy. But energy can be transferred from one form to another form. So under this and first law of thermodynamics, it says that energy can be neither created nor destroyed, but it can be transferred from one form to another form. And next, which is second law of thermodynamics, in this it states basically the entropy of any isolated system always increase. It states about the entropy. So entropy for isolated system always increased. And the third law of thermodynamics, it states about the entropy of a system approaches a constant value as the temperature approach absolute zero. So the second law states about the entropy of isolated system. The third law states the entropy of the system and the absolute temperature, or the absolute temperature. And in zeroth law, it states, if the thermodynamic system are in thermal equilibrium with a third system separately, then they are in thermal equilibrium with each other. So in these 4 laws of thermodynamics, all they study about the relationship between heat and other form of energy. The relationship between heat and other form of energy. Sorry. So from the question here we have, which one of the following is thermodynamics law? First is the first with zeroth law of thermodynamics, which is thermodynamics law. The next Faraday's law of thermodynamics, which is not thermodynamics law. This part is also ideal gas law of thermodynamics, which is not thermodynamics law. The other is Bayes' law of thermodynamics, which is not thermodynamics law. So the correct answer for this question is choice A, which is zeroth law of thermodynamics. So the next question is heat doesn't spontaneously flow from a colder body to a hotter one. So from the laws of thermodynamics, which law states this? The question says heat doesn't spontaneously flow from a colder body to a hotter one. And from 4 laws of thermodynamics, which law of thermodynamics states this concept? The concept is here, this part. Concept is this one. A, Zeroth law of thermodynamics. B, first law of thermodynamics. C, second law of thermodynamics. And D, third law of thermodynamics. So to answer this question also, we have explanation here. We have directly from second law of thermodynamics. So the second law of thermodynamics claims that, or it says that, it's impossible for heat to spontaneously flow from a cold body to a hot body. So it's impossible for heat flow spontaneously from cold to hot, rather than from hotter body to colder body. Okay, directly we can refer as we can take this example as how a refrigeration system works. Usually, when we use this refrigerator, the heat transfer from the colder part, okay, the hotter part to the colder part, rather than from the colder part to the hotter one. So the correct answer for the question is answer C, which is second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics. The other question is, sorry, which one of the following is a type of thermodynamic system? Which one of the following is a type of thermodynamic system? A, open system. B, closed system. D, thermally isolated system. C, thermally isolated system. D, all of the above. So from this, we have around 4 or 5 types of thermodynamic system. And here are the explanation or the description for each type of. So for explain this question, we have the type of thermodynamic system are here: open system, closed system, we have thermally isolated system, we have mechanically isolated system, and we have also normally isolated system. So these are the classification of thermodynamic system. We have open system, closed system, thermally isolated system, mechanically isolated system, and normally isolated system. So from this explanation, we can understand that this open system is one of the thermodynamic system. This closed system is one of also the thermodynamic system. Thermally isolated system is one of the thermodynamic system. So the correct answer for this question is all of the above. All are thermodynamic systems. The next question says that which of the following occurs without a change in internal energy? Which of the following occurs without a change in internal energy? Here, without change in internal energy, we have to remind this. So, which of the following process occurs without change in internal energy? A. Isochoric process. B. Isentalpic process. C. Steady state process. And D. Isentropic process. From this, which process occurs without changing internal energy? So also we have to see the description or the explanation for each and every processes. So here we have explanation for each process, and here the listed one are some of the most commonly stated thermodynamics processes. Thermodynamic process here. The first one is adiabatic process. This process is occurred, or in this process, heat doesn't lose or acquires energy. We say there is adiabatic process if there is no heat loss or there is no acquire of energy. And the other is isenthalpic process. In this process, the enthalpy is constant. That means there is no change in enthalpy. And the next one is isobaric process. In this process occurs when there is no change in pressure with constant pressure. It occurs with constant pressure. That means there is no change in pressure. And the next one is isochoric process. This process is also commonly known as isometric or isobarimetric process, and it happens when there is constant volume. That means it occurs without varying or without changing volume. So this isochoric process occurs or happens at constant volume. And the next one is isothermal process, and this process occurs with constant temperature. If the temperature in the process is constant, we say that isothermal process. And the next one is steady state process. It occurs when internal energy doesn't change. That means no change in internal energy or without changing internal energy. And the other type of process, thermodynamic process, is isentropic process. This process occurs. This is also known as adiabatic or adiabatic reversible process, and usually it occurs without varying entropy or with constant entropy. When we say this isentropic process, that means there is constant entropy. Okay, from this explanation, the question says that which of the following process occurs without changing internal energy? So in this case, without changing internal energy, or the process occurs with no change in internal energies, this part, which is steady state process. So this steady state process occurs without change in internal energy. So the correct answer is choice C, this one. And if you are new for the channel, you have to subscribe the channel, and you have to encourage me in order to come with other new videos. And thank you for watching this video till the end, and you try to like, share, and the videos under this channel.